Now let's discuss medicine, health, medical matters, all kinds of things that I'm not qualified to discuss. Now listen, stay with me. Health is such a hard topic. And the reason health is such a hard emotional topic for virtually everyone, if you live long enough, the subject of health and healthcare, the reason it's emotional is you or someone close to you has suffered and died, or just flat out died. Ob came home this morning. I won't go into the details, but family in our community, wonderful family, wife, several children of various ages, husband, stay-at-home mom, she homeschools the kids. Dad fell over dead. A young family too, aneurysm. What kind of heartbreak is that? Loss. That's the worst thing in the world, right? Healthcare. Right now, as I talk about it, you're thinking about you and what you've gone through. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's yourself, your husband, your wife, your child, God forbid. Healthcare is personal for people. And healthcare is confusing for everybody. For me and you and everybody. It's confusing because there are so many different opinions from so many different sources and different people who claim they know what's right. I know margarine is better for you than butter. 15 minutes later, no, that margarine's terrible for you. You should definitely eat butter. I know carbs are bad. I cut out the carbs and things got better. No, you have to have carbs. I know that vaccines save lives. What about polio? I know vaccines kill people. Everyone knows but you and me. That's how I feel when I think about medicine and healthcare. Everybody knows for a fact. But it's confusing and heartbreaking, and that's a terrible combination. When you suffer loss, when you just flat out suffer, period, we look for answers, and everyone has one for you, and they oftentimes are completely opposite of each other. And I don't know about you, I find that to be incredibly frustrating. I'm not a doctor, and frankly, most doctors are morons. So even when I consult doctors, I walk away thinking, that guy's an idiot. That's why you need a second, third opinion. You got 2, 3 different doctors, you get 2, 3 different solutions to the problem. Now, that's what I know. And here's what else I know. A discussion we've had over and over and over again, but I want to rewind before we get to the current discussion. I want to rewind back to COVID, back a few years, and I want to rewind to something I said over and over and over and over again on this show about various subjects, from COVID to Floyd to others. That credibility is a finite resource. And people who have credibility oftentimes treat it as if it's infinite, but it is not infinite. It is finite. And when you burn yours up, it's virtually impossible to get it back. And I warned, you remember, if you were listening then, you remember, I warned on top of my other warnings for COVID, I warned the medical establishment in this country, and that goes for hospitals, doctors, nurses, big pharma, CDC, HHS, you name it. I warned all the medical institutions of this country. I know you're living high on the hog. I know you're finally the tyrant you always wanted to be. Now you can tell people what to wear, where to go, what they're not allowed to do, and man, life is good. You're Dr. King now. Wait a minute, that makes you sound like Martin Luther King. You're Dr. Dictator now. It's a great life. And what did I warn you? You're burning it up. That credibility you're burning up as you live it up will not be easily returned to you. I warned the same thing to the black activists during George Floyd, but that's another matter. I said, you're burning up the last of America's patience for this. Now you see it. There's no more. But back to the medical establishment. People have all kinds of opinions on RFK Jr., and I'll play a bunch of audio from it in a moment. They love him. He's the best. He's a genius. They hate him. He's a kook. He's a nutball. He's a this. He's a that. I don't have actually strong opinions one way or the other, and I don't care. I don't care if you love him. I don't care if you hate him. My point is, if you are part of the medical institutions who burned up their credibility during COVID, RFK Jr., his presence, his ascendance is your fault. Your fault. You told people to stand 6 feet away from everyone. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my. It's not even practical. It is the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life. And that was not a one-off person who one person said that. That was treated as gospel. That is the reason for school closures, the reason for restaurant closures, business closures, many of which never opened again. That established gospel is a ridiculous, stupid idea, and I can't believe it ever got mainstream. It's unbelievable to me. The first guy who brought that up should have been laughed out of any office he was in, whether it's a politician's office or a bunch of doctors. The first guy who said, I think everyone should stand 6 feet apart, he should have been laughed out of the room and then fired and mocked so relentlessly he had to move cities and change his name for the public scorn that came his way. Instead, everyone heard it and said, oh, nice. That's good call, Bob. Ridiculous. Wear a mask everywhere. So stupid. Wear a mask for a microscopic virus everywhere. Your hands are all over it. You're breathing in a bacteria. Freaking disgusting. Not protecting you from a thing. Wear a mask everywhere. Again, the first idiot who suggested that should have been mocked, fired, and had to change his name. Instead, treated as gospel. I have a picture so I don't forget. I have it saved on my phone, and I have a calendar reminder in my phone to look at it once a month. A picture of a child in a band with a mask on her face with a hole in the mask so she could play her instrument. Just so I can remember how stupid, insane, and evil the government and the medical establishment in this country is. I remember it like it was yesterday. And then they promised, oh, there's a cure coming. I promise, it's coming any day now, any day now. And of course, about 5 minutes after Donald Trump, air fingers quote, lost the election, we got it. We got the cure. Just take a shot and you're safe. Okay, maybe 2 shots. Don't worry, just take 2 shots and you'll be protected. All right, maybe not. You might still get COVID, maybe not totally protected, but you won't be able to spread it. Oh, dang it. Okay, you will be able to spread it, but not as easily. Oh, all right, just as easily. Anyway, get your 15th booster. And all those people who pushed all those lies that wrecked your life, they all want me to believe now that RFK is the spawn of Satan. Maybe he is. I don't know. I'm not his advocate. I'm not his brother. Maybe he's the dumbest, kookiest person on earth. But here's the thing. You don't have any credibility left to tell me that. You told me the sky was green over and over and over again when it's clearly blue. Now you don't get to wake up today and tell me water isn't wet. Your credibility is gone. You did it to you. I didn't. No one else did.